Nigeria has this magic mindset.
Okay.
It's almost like, we like call it an illusion, where we just like to assume that this is meant to happen.
Yeah.
Having a social media page is nothing different from having a shop. If you had a shop, you build a shop, you furnish your shop, and you put in a whole lot of equipment, would you come and ask him whether should you be opening your
Open every
shop
day.
every day? And I realized that, okay, I know how to get things done. So how about I take this to, I turn it to a product, right?
Okay.
What are those things that you know how to get done very well, that you think that people would really appreciate to pay for it? If you have an idea, right, you understand that that idea is very viable, then what you should not be looking for now, either a partnership or how to leverage. It might not be money intensive, then you can look for how to leverage that idea, right? And how can you leverage? Go and seek, go and just expose yourself. Definitely, the more exposed you are, the more aware of opportunities out there for
Yeah.
whatever things you do or whatever things you intend to do.
Hello guys, welcome to another episode of the Drive Show, the show where we get to interview entrepreneurs, change makers, industry leaders in different businesses and in different niches. One of the things I believe our activities on social media is supposed to help us do is to gain traction, to gain influences, and also make our businesses expand. Today's guest on the Drive Show has an insightful story to share when it comes to social media marketing and business development. Our guest is the CEO and founder of Tukis Limited, a business development company that has helped different businesses from different niches to grow, from the hospitality to marketing to communications, to gain more customers and to also improve their sales. He's not just a CEO, he's also a coach that has trained more than 100 students in digital marketing. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tony Wilson.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming over to the show.
My pleasure.
Let's start from the beginning. What inspired you to embark on this journey of entrepreneurship?
Okay, in the journey of entrepreneurship, I must say it was never my calling, right, from the onset, right. I had in mind on having my own construction company,
Okay.
right. And by the way, I read civil engineering in photo,
Yeah.
right. But while growing up, I wouldn't say I came from a poor family. No, I could just say I came from a bit above average, right, where most of your needs are being tabled down, just table down all the things that you need, and probably my dad, when he's traveling, he
Yeah.
can just foot the whole bill and we move on. So the whole need to inspire to make money was necessarily not there, right. That was 2015. I lost my dad, and reality check hits me. So at that point in time, you know that you just have to fend for yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So since 2015 down till 20, that's like 10 years now,
Okay.
right? So we've been on the entrepreneurship journey, all right? Although most of throughout these 10 years, we can just say 4 or 5 years ago was when we became intentional with the whole entrepreneurship. Like the remaining years, we're just hustling, right? So that's by the way.
Okay. Is this your first business or you've done something else before coming into
Funny enough, I've worked before, right? I worked for, that was actually my first experience in the labor market. I worked with a paint company, that is Rosette Paint. And funny enough, my work experience was really funny. Like when I tell you really funny, like imagine I've never worked like in an organization before, right? And I didn't know anything about paint. I didn't know anything about painting, and I reached out to one of a deacon in our church, and he did the whole link up. And he called me from Enugu. I did the whole link up on Sunday. On Monday, he called me to Enugu. Can I be in Enugu on Tuesday? And I was like, no, I can't come in. How about Wednesday?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, no problem. Wednesday I should come in. I came into Enugu on Wednesday, and that was my first time being in Enugu. I came in on Wednesday, and they did the whole interview. I came out well. They did the whole orientation and all that, and they sent me back to where they gave me a list of places that you can visit, and that was how I was hired for. I was the executive marketer of Rosette Paint back then, right? And I had no experience whatsoever in marketing. I had no experience in doing the job. And as to make the matters worse, sending me back to Owerri, we're just two,
Okay.
right? I was acting as the manager and the marketer, right? While my colleague was in charge of production and mixing of the paint, right?
Yeah.
So they put me in a managerial position
And also market.
and also a marketer position with no experience whatsoever, with no training whatsoever, just a day training,
Yeah.
right? And how I managed to pull through, I really do not know, but I knew that I pulled through, right? Because I remember back then when they did the chart of this like yeah, 2 years later, right? Because I stayed there for quite some time. When they did the chart of the highest income returns from the marketers, I ranked the third person.
Wow.
After the MD,
Okay.
then you now see the executive marketer in the headquarters. Then you now see me. But we had branch in Port Harcourt, we had branch in Lagos, we had branch in Enugu. Enugu was the headquarters. We had branch in Owerri. So out of Lagos, Port Harcourt, even some of the marketers in Enugu said I ranked higher than them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are those things you did in sales and that marketing time? Because I believe you gained experience from that time.
Yeah, it's something that really that really changed the game for me was strategy. You know, a lot of people underestimate strategy and instead they get to go into action, 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 like just do what everybody is doing and expecting a different result or expecting that one day God will just make you shine and all that. Right. So let me give you a bit of hint on what I did differently. When I came in, I came with the whole okay, normal thing. As a paint company, you go to look for construction company, you go to look for sites and all that, right? You go there to go market your stuff, like tell them about your product and services. And my brother, I did that. Like I really did that. I never made one sale.
Okay.
Like I did not make, when I say one, I didn't make one sale, right? And I really thought about this almost every time where towards the end of the month, right? I'm almost scared every end of the month because are you sure that these people are paying me and I'm not bringing in anything, right? And sometimes my MD would just call me like, Wilson, what's going on? What's going on? Like, what's going on? I'm not seeing it. What's going? There's no English. I want to speak with him now. And to crown it all out, this was like it was not like the regular bucket of paint that you see in the market. Like a bucket of paint as of 2018, 2019 was about 29,000. Whereas the local paint you're seeing is about 3,000, 4,000 back then. So it's not like it was a low commodity that I was selling. As of 29,000 as of then was big money.
Yeah.
Right. So for somebody to buy a bucket of paint at 29,000
in the city of Owerri.
In Owerri, yeah. Right. It was used where they held, if you go to Tetlo, Oyima Street, you'll see a whole lot of paint bucket, 3,000, 4,000 and all that. Right. So what I did differently was instead of going after these contractors, I had to strategize a way that I can actually attract painters. So what I did was I invited one painter. I spoke to him about the company, told him how I want to partner with him and all that. And the guy really obliged me, and I was not like, okay, can you give me contacts of painters in Owerri that are really good, that would also like to partner with them? We have an offer for them. And thereabout, I got almost up to 15 names for one person.
Wow.
And my brother, packaging now, packaging is key.
Yeah.
One day I come to the office, I load card, I place a call. I call all of them, booking an appointment. I tell them that this is a company want to partner with you. Imagine you just a painter and the company wants to partner with you. You'll be very much obliged, right? When they come around, I tell them the offer because we had an incentive for them to bring in customer and all that. Yeah. And I did in the whole course of my period. I interacted with more than 100 painters here in Owerri.
Wow.
More than 100 painters. And my brother, it's work that will be coming to look for me. Even sometimes when I'm not in the office, I'll be getting called. How far are you in the office? They carry clients come. Are you there around and all that stuff? Wow. And that was how I was able to break even in the place.
Wow.
Right. And
I think this is actually what led to you starting up your own business development company, right?
My own business, starting my business was not, it didn't come as a desire to start on my business, right? Because when we started up, Bedrock Initiative now, the business community. When we started up Bedrock Initiative, like I owned Bedrock Initiative as my own business, so like this was my business too, and I gave it all my best. right? So in the course of one of our sections, right, it was hosted by course of one of our section, we had something called the incubation hub,
Okay.
right, where we break out and we have different section. We have the startup, we have people in the ideation level, and we have mid-level. We had mid-level, like different category of business persons. And me, I was like in the ideation level because I didn't have any business. And I knew that I know how to get things done. Like just natural instinct. I don't know how to get things done. Like tell me what you want and I can look for a way to get it done for you. And a question popped up with what can you do? Because one of the challenges I had growing up is I didn't have talent. You know, back then it was majorly talent, talent,
Talents,
talent. There
yeah.
was nothing about skills, right? So I didn't have a talent, singing, dancing, even playing football that I could do. So I quit along the way, right? So I knew I didn't have any of this talent, and
Okay.
it was a big concern because I was asking like, what's my? Sometimes I ask God like, what's my destiny? Like, why am I on earth and all that, right? Well, when when the question hits me, I didn't have an answer at that point, right? But I had sleepless nights, and I realized that okay, I know how to get things done. So how about I turn it to a product, right?
Okay.
What are those things that you know how to get done very well that you think that people would really appreciate to pay for it, right? And one of the things I love helping people. Like I get this fulfillment when I help you get something and that thing is done. Like there's a fulfillment that I gain from it, right?
Mm.
And I realized it, and that was how we started up 2Ks. And people ask me like, why 2Ks? Like, how did you even come up with the name and all that, right? And it's a bit funny. Like when I tell them
Yeah,
how the whole
2 kids.
name come out,
Okay.
like they be like, how? Like two is actually my abbreviation of my name, right?
Okay.
Tony Wilson Osera, right? So when I came up with two, I was like, okay, what could flow with the two? And there you have it. I had kids. So that's how I came up with 2 kids, right?
Okay.
And that was how I started. And we didn't really start as a business development agency, right? We
All right.
started out as just an operational agency that just help you get whatever you need done. But over time, we're able to refine ourselves towards what we are now, and we are not done. We have a whole lot at hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
When it comes to building a team, how do you do that? What do you look out in people before employing them over?
When we talk about building a team, definitely it varies based on what you are getting into, right?
Yeah.
But for talking to people now that let's say you do not have the financial capacity or financial capability, right, to foot a whole team, then look out for people that really have the heart to serve.
Okay.
Like especially when you know you do not have look out for people that really have the genuine heart to just want to do things, right? Not necessarily for the game, but possibly because of they want to grow themselves. Because that was one of the things that was another mindset that I had and when I was starting out, right? I knew that money would come,
Mhm.
but money will always come to the people that understand how to get things done.
Okay.
Okay, and if I concentrate on getting the money without not knowing how to get things done, like so, what would the money come? How would the money come to me?
Yeah.
Because at that point in time, it only comes to you as a result of wishful thinking.
Yeah.
Like wishing that how wish I can make this money, how wish 1 million I would just be going on the road and all that stuff and 1 million. Whereas I can actually know something that can help you
Yeah.
get your business to maybe 10 million, 15 million. What is 1 million that you cannot bring out for me?
Yeah.
Right? So rather than concentrating on the money, I took my own interest in the knowledge that can get me more than that money that I need. And when I started up, like most of my team members were actually people that were willing to grow. Like they had that interest to grow. They had that interest to the personal development, right? And I made them understood that this thing that we are doing now, we are growing together, right? And it will shock you that 3 of my team members that started up with me are still with me. In as much as they are not fully with me, but they are still with me. And 2 of them are doing very well in their business. Like one of them even have an office in Tetlo.
Wow.
Right? These are people that started up with me. Like this is the idea, this is the vision that I have, right? Let's help business people, let's help businesses grow, right? And that's how you have it.
Okay. You are into the business development company.
Yeah.
Now, and you made mention of you starting off from just ideas. One of the issue, I think, let me just digress and I would want to stay in this point.
Okay.
A lot of persons, they have ideas. Just like you said, I know how to organize things, but they don't know how to bring that stuff into a product. Do you have a framework? Do you have a step? Do you have a guide that can actually help these people? Do you have a framework? Do you have a guide? There are a lot of persons in this particular position now.
Let me give you an illustration now. An idea is like a seed, right?
Yeah.
An idea is like a seed. You can take that your seed to a whole lot of places. So far as that seed, the seed is good, one, and the ground is good, it will definitely bear fruit.
Yeah.
Whether be it in Nigeria, South Africa, or wherever, right? But now, not understanding that this is a good ground, because you could carry your seed and put on the floor,
yeah,
and you'll be wondering why it's not germinating.
Sure.
Right? So why do I say so now? When I understood what I can do and really refined what I can do, I intentionally seeked for where I can leverage my idea for money. Okay. Like, okay, let me give you an example. Like the first major business that I did, right? I just hope this FX company are not hearing me, right? When we were doing Bedrock, I was in charge of the branding of their wares. Like I customized their polos and for Bedrock, right? And this was to me like it's just like a common knowledge now, where I know how to brand. I go buy it from Monicha. We go to where they customize it, we bring it to Bedrock and sell, and I do it for free. Yeah. Right? So it happened that one day I went to Mr. Hector. He asked me to go check out a forex company like that where they were trading and they trade and all that. So I just find out how they go about it. And I went there. The man explained to me everything involved in their company and all that. Right? Now here I am. I had a seed that I did not even know that could be monetized. Right? Mm-hmm. But at that very point in time, there was a consciousness that hits me that these people could really use this stuff that I can do for them, right? And after the whole conversation, I threw it up to the man, like, how far, like, don't you think you guys could have like customized wares and caps, like caps, polos, where you can give customers that actually invest, like, oh, thank you for investing, you can put on this, it's even a form of marketing for them.
Yeah.
And they bought the idea. And as of when I was speaking with them, I'm not sure I had up to 10,000 naira in my account, right? But when we were discussing price, like as of that time, we're looking, this was as of 2020, right? We're looking at, it was almost amounting to about 200,000. And I knew that by that time, I've not held 200,000 of my own before, right? I've not held 200,000 of my own. I've not even done transaction of 200,000 of my own,
yeah,
right? Aside my company that I was working with,
yeah,
right? My own there. So they were discussing, and I maintained my steez and confidence. Like I made sure that you don't know that I have not touched this kind of money, because perception really matters.
Yeah,
so perception really matters. Nobody will want to give you a money that you've not handled before. There's nobody that wants to use you and do trial.
Yeah.
Like in this economy, you wouldn't want to use your money. Somebody wants to learn work with your money. No. So I composed myself. I discussed everything with him, and he was like, "Okay, no problem. This one, no problem." And we left. He was like, okay, I should send my account number and all that. We left. And I sent the account number to him. I waited the first day, no show. Second day, no show. I was like, I foresee that how this thing just want to come like that, just like that, right? Just like that, I would just make them up. Yeah. But it happened that the third day, someone came around to come visit, to go check them out. I was not like, okay, let me follow you, let's go see them. And when I got there, they were like, hey, I've been so busy. Do you take cash? They counted 200,000 naira cash and gave it to my hand, right? And that was how I was able to do something like that. And me doing that, it really exposed me to there's really money in this,
yeah,
right? And that's why by that period I started talking about the whole branding of wares and all that stuff, brand customizing of wares and all that. And we did the whole lot job for a whole lot of persons, right? Here in Owerri, some Port Harcourt, some Anambra and all that stuff, right? So if you have an idea, right, you understand that that idea is very viable, then what you should now be looking for now, either a partnership or how to leverage. If you cannot fund that idea now, then you are looking for a partnership, right? But if you can fund idea, or the idea might not be money intensive, then you can look for how to leverage that idea, right? And how can you leverage? Go and seek, go and just expose yourself. Definitely, the more exposed you are, the more aware of opportunities out there, whatever things you do or whatever things you intend to do. So that's basically it.
Wow, that's nice. Okay, let me go to social media. Let me ask you questions now based on social media.
Okay.
Many businesses, they find it difficult to gain traction when it's when they make posts on social media or when they decide to engage on social media, and because of that they quit. Based on your wealth of experiences, what do you think might be the mistakes they've made, and how can they actually correct it to succeed?
Okay, for social media, it's just Nigeria has this magic mindset,
Okay.
right? We just it's almost like, we like call it an illusion, where we just like to assume that this is meant to happen.
Yeah.
Right. But having a social media page is nothing different from having a shop. Like you open a shop in Tetlo or Wedra and all that stuff. It's like in last section in Bedrock, where Emeka Nobi said something, right? Where somebody asked him whether should I be posting every day on my social media page or my social media handle, right? Emeka Nobi was like, if you had a shop, you build a shop, you furnish your shop, and you put in a whole lot of equipment, would you come and ask him whether should you be opening your shop every day?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Should you come and open your shop every day? And now, for this particular question now, say you have a shop and you're opening your shop and all that stuff, and you see that, okay, customers are not coming in and all that stuff. Is that a reason why you close your shop?
No.
You know that there's something wrong, because if I thought no other person is selling or cashing out from social media, you will now know that, okay, it's actually from social media.
Yeah.
Right? But when people are really cashing out from social media, but you are not cashing out from social media, it now means that the problem is from you. So rather than blaming the social media, now ask yourself, what are the strategies that are put in place to make more sales, or to at least get more visibility? Right? Now, when I teach people social media management and digital marketing, especially digital marketing, right? I think there are three fundamentals, especially when you want to market yourself online, right? The first now is the content.
Okay.
As little as content might seem, content is king. Nobody knows anybody on social media. This is the last thing I told my students. I'll give you an example. Nobody knows anybody on social media. The only thing you know about me is what I uploaded for you to know.
Yeah.
Right? I told my students this, and they felt that this thing that I'm saying is all the best. My last section that I did with them, like after the whole 3 months training, I made sure that the project that everybody did was to run ads. Like every single person must you should either run an ad as a digital marketer, or you promote whatever personal businesses you're doing, because some of them were doing their businesses.
Yeah.
Right? And I told them that okay, I was scoring them over 20, and I said the only way you can get 20 over 20 is if you convert any of your leads to a customer. Even if you want have 1,000 leads, if nobody sends you money, I cannot give you a full score, right? And I made sure that I was serious about it, because like their project for graduation, right? And you won't believe that one of those students, I will not mention her name for security reasons, she sells building materials and all that. Her first sale she got from social media was 190 something thousand. Her second sale was 1 point something million.
Okay.
This is what she got from her client. Then another one, right? She marketed as herself as a digital marketer. She got a client that paid her to run an ad for him, and himself he made sales.
Wow.
Do you get?
Income.
So like this is something I taught them. Like they don't know anything about digital marketing before now, right? But just from what I taught them and what they practiced, and people are already paying them money. So there's no difference between me also going to run an ad that I'm a digital marketer and them running an ad as a digital marketer. They might end up paying my student
Yeah.
because they don't even know that this lady is my student or this guy was my student.
Yeah.
You get? So if your content is terrible, just know that your outcome is going to be the same way, right? But if you invest in the very good content, like there are different types of content, invest in good content, both visual, both sound, right? Because the level of content you create determines the quality of persons you attract. That is the thing. Now, when you've gotten the good content, now your marketing strategy, you can choose to go organic. If you're choosing to go organic, then you have to have patience. Like organic takes time. Like you can spend about 2-3 years making your first 1,000 followers, right? But you can spend 6 months making your next 3,000 or 4,000 followers. Okay, but you have to have that patience. It's not rocket science. But if you want to run on a sponsored ad, as long as you have the suitable funds, right, and you know how to do your proper targeting, come on, you can make sales. You can make sales. Like I tell people that with as low as 2,000, you can reach up to 1,000 persons online, and they're like, "How? It's magic," but it happens, right? And the last thing that you now need now is your conversion skills. People have assumed social media as a magic, where if somebody reached out to you, the person is expected to buy from you. But we have forgotten the fact that these people are human beings like you and I. Put yourself in their position. You see my ad online. You've never met me before. You never don't know anything about me before. But you see my ad online and you send me a message, "Hi, can I know more about this stuff?" And I drop one whole love letter for you, telling you that was so this, but this is how much, this is how much, this is how much. I drop account number for you and the rest of them. In your actual sense, would you send any money to that person?
Never.
Like, you would want to have a conversation. You need to be convinced that I need to pay you for this particular service, that you are really good at what you do. You get? And that part of conversation is where people miss it. Right? So they end up assuming that this is all robots or AI conversation and it's meant to be automated. Right? Not minding that these are fellow human beings that you have to convert. So that's where they miss it.
Okay.
Because if you can apply these three things, my guy, you're cashing out on social media, it's huge.
Well, you made mention, your first point was actually content. I said content is king. And we know that attention is just like the currency when it comes to the social media landscape. Now, when it comes to the whole new involvement of social media, we've seen this short span of attention because of TikTok and Instagram reels. How can businesses position themselves in order to gain that attraction? What kind of post should they make?
Okay, this is something that I advise my students. The main aim of your content is to get attention. The aim of your content is to get people's attention, your clients' attention. The aim is not to convince them to buy whatever thing. The aim is to arise interest, to want to know more about what you do and buy. Right? So when you're creating a content and you want to explain every single details about what you do, and you're not spending about 5 minutes, 10 minutes creating a video, who will watch it? Right? If you go on, most of the time you see average view 15 seconds, 30 seconds and all that stuff. Right? So me, I usually advocate for if your video is more than a minute or maximum a minute 30 seconds, you're doing most of those things for yourself. Right? If you cannot look for a way to reduce your content or the information you have to pass in 1 minute, then there's something wrong. Because reduce your content in a minute, arise interest from that people, and so that they can now reach out to you to want to know more. So at the point where they reach out to you to want to know more, you can flood them with whatever conversation that you guys want to have, explain to them in details and all that. But at that point in time, nobody comes on social media looking for your post. When you understand, nobody comes on social media looking for your post. So you wouldn't expect them to now come and now sleep on your post. You get? So that's one of the ways we get it all wrong. And if you can pivot at least, try out something new, you will be surprised the reaction you get from it.
Alright, thank you very much. So the final thing, you are the first person that will start this with. It's called the 1 minute drive, where you just get to inspire. So this is like you now bringing out the motivational aspect of yourself now to motivate the viewers. But before then, where can we find you? Where can we find 2Ks Limited on social media on this?
Okay, we're on every social media handle you can think of: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Trends, YouTube. Just 2Ks Limited, and you can see us. And we have a whole lot of content out there, and because 2Ks, we're all about the business, developing businesses of entrepreneurs and startups, right? And we major on 4 key aspects. The first one now is the business marketing, right?
Okay.
We help in the social media management and marketing of businesses, right? And we also do the business registration, right? Because we believe that it is very key for every business to be registered with CAC and other startups,
Okay.
right? Because imagine running a business of how many years and it's not registered, right? And at the end of the day, you want to register it, they tell you that name has been taken. So all you get to now do now is to now rebrand yourself and start telling people that I'm no longer 2Ks, I'm 3Ks now. It doesn't make sense.
Okay.
We get to advise our business owners at least get your business registered. We can help you get registered down to opening a corporate account and other paperwork that I needed to do. Then we'll talk about branding, right? Talk about building a brand and also branding your business. Right? And we do a bit of business consultation to walk you down the lane of business, right? So most of our social media, you'll see a whole lot of content out there on developing your business. So you can go check us out.
All right, thank you very much. So, Mr. Tony, I know you've worked with different businesses, you've employed people, you started your own business, you worked with someone else. Now, this is you now motivating the viewers. In 1 minute, can you motivate entrepreneurs, startups, especially those going through downtimes currently in their businesses?
Okay, let me start with those people that are yet to start, right? For those that are yet to start, I believe that what you focus on, it really expands. So when you want to start, mind what you're focusing on your business. What are you focusing on? Is it the relevant thing that can help your business grow? And the ways to judge that is check out 5 years from now. That thing that you're focusing on, will it still interest people? Right? If no, then you have to pivot your focus. Now, the second people or that advice for those people that are working and would want to switch to businesses because they feel that business is better or business is easier, please and please remain where you are. Because business is more difficult, more frustrating. Like every single day we face challenge.
Yeah.
Like as a matter of fact, it was this last week on Monday like this, I lost about 120,000, right, as a result of my mistake. No, but at the end of the day, I lost that money and I cannot hold anybody responsible.
Yeah.
Right. So business is not an easy way out. But if you are willing to put in the work, it's a better way. Right. And now for those people that are struggling in your business, I need you to understand that it's normal. It's normal to struggle. It's normal to face downtime. There was a time in my business where I was generating a revenue of about 50,000 naira in a month, and I had at least one person that I needed to pay. Right? And revenue, not profit. Mind you, revenue, not profit.
Yeah.
We had that time, and we had the times where things were all bubbling. But the thing is that if you can be able to stay steadfast in what you are doing and look for better strategies to do that thing what you are doing, trust me, it's just a matter of time before it's scheduled. But if you have in your mind of giving up, that's where it all comes down. Yeah. At any point in time that you're already thinking that, oh, is it not better to give up? That's where you've missed it. But if you can just hold still, reinvent yourself, you can retreat. Oh, retreating is not giving up.
Yeah.
Retreating is not giving up. If you can retreat, recollect yourself, come up with a better strategy, and give it the best you can. And I trust you. Just give it time. You'll get there. Yeah, for those people that are already doing well, how about reaching out to me now so we can get better, right?
Yeah, that's very important.
Yeah, so that's the way.
All right, so Tony, thank you very much for coming to the show.
My pleasure.
And I believe you've gained a lot from this young man. Just in case you want to scale up your business or you want to get more customers, 2Ks Limited is the best. At least in Owerri, Port Harcourt, and this environment, they've made a lot of businesses to grow, and yours too can be one of them. Well, till we meet again, till we meet in the next episode, stay driven, put out your best, unlock your fullest potential, and never give up. All right, see you on the next episode. Cheers.
Thank you.